Hello. Just started the final assembly of the newest Xbox laptop that I'm doing. This one is another 17-inch model. I wanted to show you the inside of this one and show you a couple of the changes that I made to this unit. Let's see. See, this is the stock bezel for the front of the DVD tray. There's the modified one that fits the laptop version. Pretty much this is the same. It's put together the same way as the last 17-inch model that I did, except this one has 3 fans instead of 2. It's got one here, and then one over here. All these fans had to be modified to fit this unit. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. I am putting the, they're not mounted yet, but I am putting the USB in the front. There's my keypad that's not actually mounted yet. And headphone jack. This will be the switch that goes back here for selecting the video. The back of the unit's where I made the biggest changes. Let me show you that. Actually, instead of just cutting holes in the back, I added a bezel like the back of an Xbox Slim. You see the power port has the same recess as the Xbox Slim does, and I don't know if you can get a good look at that, but these are labeled like the Xbox Slim. But yeah, that's the biggest differences. Here's the top of it is going to look like. Right there, I went with a nice 3D water bubble effect that I really like. The reason I like doing patterns like this, and there is a reason for it, is random patterns like this confuse the eye and hide scratches and fingerprints really well. So this thing's going to stay really nice and shiny and good looking for a really long time, instead of, I mean, a nice glossy black finish looks nice, but they're easy to scratch and they're fingerprint magnets. So yeah, that's what it's going to look like. It's a 17-inch. I'll do another video of this unit once it's put together and everything's up and running. But yeah, it's going to be ready. It's not spoken for yet. It's going to be for sale in a couple days. It'll be ready to ship in a couple of days. It's got to go through a few days of testing. Once I put it together, it'll be put together tonight and up and running. But yeah, there you go. If you're interested in purchasing this one once it's done, send me a message. And but there it is. That's what it's going to look like. Give you another look at that paint job. My nephew said it looks like the surface of the moon. It's not what I intended, but I see what he's talking about. It's really just a water drop effect. But anyway, there you go. This one, like I said, has 3 fans, so it's not going to have any problems with overheating. The last ones didn't either, but this one's just you know, more icing on the cake. It's gonna really stay cool. I did upgrade the way I built the cases. Makes it a little bit heavier, but it is much sturdier. If you look there, it's got thick aluminum that is bolted into place all the way around here, forming the edges. So the edges are much thicker and much stronger. If you look at the bottom of this thing too. There you go. I went with a flat matte finish on that bottom plate. Now it's sitting on these paper towels because I don't have the feet on it yet, and I don't want to scratch that bottom up. But there you go. If you're interested in this one, give me a message, send me a message. I'll be happy to talk to you about it. It'll be ready to go in a few days. If I don't get any interest here, it'll be going on eBay in probably next week sometime. So I wanted to also point out that on the other units that I've done, all of the other units that I've done, I moved the top. I moved the top USB and the connect port, which these are, you know, when I get the motherboard bolted in, they'll fit down and line up correctly. But I moved on the other units. I moved the top USB and the connect port over here because I didn't have enough height. Now I managed to change my construction a little bit, use a little bit thinner aluminum on the bottom plate that gives me just enough space to where I don't have to move these anymore. They stay stock. So other than a few tiny soldered connections for the video. This motherboard is completely stock. I haven't cut on it. I haven't done anything to it. It's completely stock. The same thing with the DVD drive. They are completely stock. So I wanted to point those two out as well. I haven't got, you can see I haven't got the grills over that yet, but yeah, that is a big change. I worked really hard on figuring out how to do that. I actually figured out how to do that while I was doing a case for a customer who he didn't want to have to move these things. He was putting his own motherboard in. He didn't want to have to move those, so I worked on making his case where he didn't have to move those, and that's how I came up with this new way of building my cases. It worked out really well because it's a lot easier for me. It's a really a pain to try to move these things. But yeah, I wanted to point that out as well. Thank you.